Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. For any first time viewers, I'm Jesse Rebirth, and today we're going to be opening up this Prime 1 Studio Catwoman. So this will actually be try 2. I never made a video. Anytime something's broken, I never follow through. I end up waiting, and I just give a brief little history. I don't want to make you watch the whole thing twice. But with this piece, the first time was kind of a bummer. So I always talk about how great Sideshow's customer service can be. They're great at fixing problems. But the first time I had ever heard of this and found, well, you know, technically I had a weird situation happen before, and I'll talk about that after. But I had this Catwoman come from Sideshow originally. We were doing a video, we were opening her up, and it got to a point where I saw a little baggie in it, almost like a little drug baggie. There's a little chip of a thumb in the baggie, and it didn't come in its normal Sideshow or Prime 1 box. It came in like a repack, and I ended up pulling the statue out, and once we got deep enough in, come to find out, Sideshow had sent me someone else's return, and they never even checked it. And at that point, I was furious about it. I contacted them. I did not want to do an exchange. I did not trust them at that point. This was quite a while ago. This was probably about a year ago, whenever this first released. But anyway, I just felt like I was pissed. So I ended up posting on the Prime 1 group on Facebook back then about it, and wow, there was at least like 40 people that have had the same problem happen to them at some point. And before that, I had actually ordered a Darth Vader and Grand Moff Tarkin figures, Hot Toys, and they didn't come in their original brown shipper. And there was this whole thing about how it had been checked. It was something weird, but I guarantee I had gotten someone else's return on that. But stupid me, I've never even opened it. I have a bunch of Star Wars toys I've never even got around to opening yet. But I do want to say, sorry if there's a little bit of noise going on. I don't know if you can hear it. I tried to throw a little music over it to hide it, but I do have two printers going. I'm printing this cowl. This is a Batman War of Joke and Riddles cowl. It's from the Rebirth. I do want to talk about that because we're getting into Catwoman. But I do want to mention, I'm going to make some videos about 3D printing. I always talk about it, but I never actually make any videos about it just because it takes so much work to sand, prime, fill, do all these different things, molds, all that. But I keep getting requests from people. They want to see these things. I post them on Instagram, but I'll make some videos about it. Anyway, Catwoman is my absolute favorite rogue. I love her because she dances this line between good and bad. I had someone in the comments once say she's like an anti-hero, which is actually pretty accurate for her. On the Rebirth subject, because I have Bane versus Batman billing, if you watch a lot of my old videos, I loved Batman Rebirth. I liked a lot of the Rebirth series. I loved Tom King's Batman Rebirth up into a point. It was really good for a while until near the end. It got really convoluted and just started to fall apart, and it was like a lot of meandering, it went nowhere. And then afterward, once he got kicked off the book, I was a little bummed to hear it because I wanted to see his Bat and Cat story because the Mask of the Phantasm was being brought back in it. But ever since all this went down, and with what Tom King tried to do to Jay Lee, I think Tom King sucks. Like, I like his Batman, early Batman stuff, you know, I Am Bane and that stuff, but the end got kind of shitty, and to find out that the guy is even shittier, just being a part of cancel culture and all that, I do want to make the record clear, I'm not a fan of Tom King. I used to talk about him a lot in my earlier videos because Rebirth was pretty exciting back then, but yeah. Anyway, Arkham Knight Catwoman is going to be a very long-waited piece. I want to dive right into this. As you can see, I got a lot of the Arkham statues around here. I guess only one behind me. There's a couple over there, but Thomas is missing his head right now for a reason, and you'll see in a future video coming up. So I got number 428 of 500. Let's give this a second try. This is the exclusive. You can see our instructions right here. That we're gonna get 3 heads with it, 2 sets of arms, couple different colored jewels, nice small footprint base. I dig. Is that the bomb collar from the Riddler? I think it is. I dig that. I like that. You can see them advertising a couple of their museum master lines. I always thought this Batman looked cool. The only one I'm technically missing, because I have one beyond, is that Azrael. And then we have all of those. I really do love the Arkham line. Right now, so this statue took well over 3 months to get to us. I did economy shipping with Prime 1. And I will tell you now, it takes a very long time to get them. I have Batman Damned coming through economy shipping as well. And Bane vs. Batman will be going economy shipping, so be prepared 3 months down the road. I got plenty of cool stuff to show you until then, though. Plenty of cool stuff. Let's take a look in here. Alright. Things are already looking better. When we received it the first time, it didn't even have the proper wrap on it. Like, you could tell it was someone's return. Oh, she is gorgeous. I love the texture. I love what we're seeing here. I dig her little cap. Oh man, look at those little cap buckles. So cool. Let's go ahead, we'll go underneath. One thing is if a collector sends you something back that's broken, now with something like that, I would almost say, I'm not blaming anybody, but I'd almost say that it looked like a collector mishap. But I would say you definitely never send another full paying customer someone else's return. Like, that is beyond dirty. I know it was probably an accident, but the amount of people that told me this has happened to them, it kind of gets a little crazy if it's happened, you know, more than 20 times. Now look at that. That base is actually bigger than I thought it was going to be. We never got this far. We never made it this deep in, remember? Mm-hmm. Alright, we shall. So we got a little bit of foam between those. That's a nice touch. It is on all of them. It's kind of shocking they don't just make you put those pieces on with some magnets, but I dig it. I like it being a more permanent solution. So you can see they messed up something right there. See how it's...
Yeah.
It's like they tried to hide whatever the typo was. I don't know. We are very close to the cutoff. It got to the point that I had waited so long to get back to ordering a Catwoman just because other pieces kept coming out that I told Karen, like, we got to get one now or we might not ever get one. And that's what we got to do with Huntress here soon. Like, she arrived broken and we just returned her. Weren't going to go through Sideshow again. I don't think you can anymore. I think they're pretty much sold out of Huntress. But Prime 1 still has them. This is a very nice base, huh? Mm-hmm. Dig it. Alright. Arms, head and width. Yeah, all these little intricate, nice pieces was missing off the last one. But look at the details on her. She's gorgeous. I like these little scratches in her outfit. I really like these little cat buckles. I think it's so cool. You got some cleavage going on. Look at her cap buckles down here too. This is a nice piece. I absolutely love Catwoman's design in the Arkham series. I'm pretty sure. She goes just like that. You know, I was thinking it was a little strange. Where did I just put those instructions? I guess not. I was thinking it was a little strange because check it out. We got this bat sign back here. And it's on the back, but I mean, that rings true to all of these pieces. They all have the bat sign on the back, so maybe that's what they were doing. Just keeping that kind of going. I dig it. I don't mind it. Alright, right here. Got one of the arms. We got her other arm. Yep, her little Riddler collar. I dig it. It has been a very long time since I played Arkham Knight, but I remember she had a collar on with an explosive, and you had to do some missions, and that was right around the time Batman was basically telling her he was gonna give it his all. So, you know, we might need to find these instructions.
They're right there by the cow on the chair.
Oh. Alright. They want us to put her on. I'll tell you what, we'll go generic arms first. There we go. Oh. Same arms. Alright, here's our arm with the whip. Oh, I see what's going on. Here's our arm that would have the jewel. So that's exactly what's going on. We have either a whip not the strongest magnet in the world, but it holds. It's a little scary. So I'm kind of wondering what you put there in the place. I love when they do this. Absolutely love it. This makes it so much better for any collector that wants to display these heads. Because otherwise you just got to stuff these heads in a box. Wow. I love it. Kind of like a battle damaged head. Her goggles are very glossy. Very beautiful. So she'd look good without it too. Having it there though kind of adds a little, you know? And then these little jewels. Red, blue, and clear. Well, they'd be diamonds. But I don't feel like that head really goes with it. I feel like you need another head that's looking more over. The diamonds are a really nice touch, so check it out. If you're not using, or if you are using your whip, you got that to go right in there. Let's check this out real quick. We'll find another head. Look at this. How nice. Look at this one. I like her eyes. They're green with a little bit of brown in them. Wow. She's gorgeous. I like how her lips kind of, it's like a slight smirk, you know? There has to be so this is almost the same, but with an even bigger smirk. I wonder which head. Let's see here. I guess she's not looking at him at all. They're just kind of off to the side, you know? She's kind of just displaying it, yeah. It's kind of just displayed off to the side. Now, so the exclusive head was the goggled head. This one right down here, that was our exclusive head. So what I would like to do, so her whip stretches out. This is nice. This is really nice. It's like leather, and it's like braided around a cord that can hold a shape. You can see how it's just, now it's almost perfect. I guess it just kind of goes in there. There's no special way to it. I dig these little jewels. It'd be nice to just set them down here if you weren't using them. Alright, so that's a strong magnet. That's what you want in your Catwoman. You want a really strong magnet in that arm. Alright. Now, let's take a look at how this goes. So she would technically that arm on, and we'll pull our whip through, and we can bend it to make it look pretty tight, and then they just bring it right down behind her, kind of just wraps around her foot. What we will do, straighten it out, make it look real nice. Because it looks a little weird if a whip is bending up here. How does that look?
Better.
Is she cool? She is cool. Wow. Let's move all this stuff. Get it out of the way. Let me make sure there was nothing left. So we got our blue and our white, I guess clear diamond. You know, Prime 1 knocked it out of the park. Well worth the wait. Prime 1 rarely disappoints. I think sometimes people, I get that this is like you're paying for, you know, these extremely expensive collectibles. But I had seen that Zatanna just released the pre-order information. Oh my, she is expensive for the deluxe. But you can get the one that's not deluxe, but everyone's jumping all over her face. People don't like her face. Karen and I think she has a really pretty face. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, if you don't like it, you shouldn't have to, you do not have to buy something you don't like. But I don't see the problem with it. I know the hat is exclusive or DX or whatever. I'm not a big fan of the hat. I like her without the hat more. But I dig the curtain and everything and the little demon that goes on the big base. I really like that. And this ain't the time to wuss out on these. We got Swamp Thing, we got Deadman, we gotta get Zatanna. I'm just waiting for Karen to decide which one she really wants between those two. I do want to see one thing. I want to see how she looks without this little Riddler. She looks good. Mm-hmm. I prefer to have it though. I think it just adds a little something, you know? Mm-hmm. I just wanted to take it off because I know there will be someone asking. Trust me, I like when you guys ask me those questions, but I wanted to let you see it before I had to move on or something. Wow. She's gorgeous. She's huge too. Let's give her a twirl. Right dimensions. I really dig the shoulder down, the shoulder up. I love her. Look at those little knuckle pieces, all these little cats. I really like it. You see her in the game, and she's so cool in the game, but you don't really catch all those little details until you have it in the physical 3D right in front of you. You just notice all these little things you didn't notice before about the character. I mean, she is something else, huh? Mm-hmm. She is very cool. Which head is your favorite?
That one.
This one?
Mm-hmm.
Well, just so when you get a twirl, her furrowed brow, she looks very angry. Oh, thank you, baby. I do like the goggles down, but it is not my favorite of the three heads. Alright guys, I thought this would be a killer photo opportunity to get these two side by side. It kind of gives you an idea of a Sideshow 1/4 with a Prime 1 1/3. You can really see that they're in completely different leagues. I mean, this Catwoman is absolutely gorgeous. She's cool. She's dynamic. She's unique. This is obviously just a museum pose, but they are on two very different levels. But I mean, they're both awesome. They're both really cool. If you'd like to see more about this Catwoman, I do have an unboxing video of her. Just check out my channel. Now I'd like to really get the AK Batman next to her. Alright guys, check it out. We got Batman right next to Catwoman. This is the earliest Batman that Prime 1 did. So you can tell some of his proportions are a little out, and it was funny because Karen just said that Catwoman's head looks bigger than his. And I mean, if you get these side by side, it absolutely is. I mean, his is much taller, but hers is much more kind of round and wider. But yeah, this is absolutely the two of them together. It's almost just like right out of the game. I will say, I don't regret it, but like literally a month after buying this one, because I bought them really late, Noel was actually my first Prime 1. The battle damaged version came out, and he was incredible looking. So I don't regret it, but he would look really good with this Catwoman, just because at that point he is all beat up. But here is the two of them. Alright guys, so glad you tuned into this video. It sort of feels like my collection for the Arkham line has gotten a little more complete. We are missing Robin, Deathstroke, technically an Arkham Knight. We have Red Hood, but we don't have an Arkham Knight. But it feels like, you know, it's just that much more complete. I had always felt like we were missing her, because we were, but she is gorgeous. She's a beautiful part. You can see her right here next to the Batman with his sick head. You know, at the time, I wasn't sure I was going to actually collect all of them. Karen liked the Scarecrow, and she doesn't know, but I only bought the Scarecrow. Well, I bought it because she likes it, but the main selling point to me was the sick head bust, or the sick head sculpt. That was the seller. I thought that was so cool. If the exclusive had not... Hold on. If the exclusive had actually been sold out and it was a Scarecrow that didn't come with this head sculpt, would have been a little tougher sell back then, but now you can see we're kind of just completing the Arkham line. I do think Arkham is incredible. The series is awesome. I'm on the fence about that new game. We'll see what goes on with it. I mean, I don't know if Batman's gone. I've had people tell me this and that about it. I mean, I don't even remember what it's called at this point.
Gotham Knights.
Oh, Gotham Knights. I do like all the characters that are in it, but I really don't have much of an interest right now. But I do gotta say, Warner Brothers Montreal did Arkham Origins, and Arkham Origins, it was like a reskin of City, but the Arkham Origins suit is absolutely badass, and I really enjoyed the feel of Arkham Origins. But at the time when I bought it, it was the only Arkham game I never beat until I got Karen into it, and then we actually bought it on the PS3 and just played it all the way through. But I hope you enjoyed this video. This Catwoman is gorgeous. We will be doing some videos with custom heads. I've teased this for a very long time, but we're finally here. You can see right here that Flashpoint is missing his whole top because we're kind of fitting something on him. So that's a big hint to what's going on. The other one does involve this guy right over here. So that video will be coming very soon. Like, very soon. I just ordered a paint pressure pot that we're going to convert into a resin casting pressure pot for the casts of those heads. It's going to be extremely exciting. I will be doing a lot of the info for that type of stuff on my Instagram. Please follow me over there. It's Jesse_Rebirth. Over here, if you enjoyed this video, leave me a like, leave me a sub, turn on that bell for notifications. But most of all, everyone, I hope you had a great time. Thank you for all the support and love. Keep buying toys.